Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to Dazza, and today I am reacting to the top 10 most shocking sitcom moments. And I prefer sitcoms over movies. That I'm very much one that, like, yeah, I can sit and watch a movie, I don't mind, but it has to be a movie that I'm looking forward to. Like, the most recent one would have been like The Flash because I've watched the series and things like that. But yeah, I'm not a big movie person, but when it comes to sitcoms, I can sit and binge watch. I'm one of these that I like to watch while I'm cooking or cleaning and things like that, or even like when I'm doing like editing and things like that for this YouTube channel. I'll be sitting there watching a sitcom of some kind if it's not YouTube. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. Some of these I'm betting that I've already seen, whereas some of them I might not have. This one is an iconic moment. So this is from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Terry Crews, who is Sergeant Jeffers in the show. That I won't spoil it in case you haven't seen it, but this was powerful. I remember when I first watched this. This was quite powerful as well.
What's going on, buddy?
Oh, hey,
Whoa,
officer.
don't move.
Oh, I was just...
Step back. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Welcome to Miss Mojo, and today
Also, I won't do nothing then in case it is the case that like that's going to be part of the list like coming on later. So I won't spoil it in case you haven't seen it, but. Yeah, going into that, I'll explain a bit more like as we get closer to it. But then, like How I Met Your Mother, I think I know what this scene is as well. I'm probably going to have seen a lot of these, but it's going to be interesting to see what made the top 10 list.
we're counting down our picks for the top 10 shocking moments in sitcoms.
And ain't nobody gonna stop me. Come tomorrow, I'm out of here.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so.
Who cares what you think? You are not my father!
For this list, we'll be looking at the most jaw-dropping and heartbreaking moments in television comedy. Since all of these moments are truly surprising, consider this your official spoiler warning. Which of these moments shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Rebecca's rock bottom, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Despite its cheery exterior, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend goes to some dark places. It was often praised for depicting protagonist Rebecca Bunch's struggles in an honest way.
But you can get off the plane in LA and buy a new ticket.
True. Yeah. The thing is, I'm just too tired to buy things or do things or get things or say things or face things.
In season 3, she finds herself at an all-time low. After escaping her life in West Covina, she seeks comfort from her mother Naomi in New York. Their relationship gets extremely strained when it's revealed that the mother's been sneaking medication into her daughter's system.
Of course you didn't change. The only reason I was feeling better is because you gave me these drugs. It blitzed me out and made my ears buzz.
In the wake of this betrayal, Rebecca attempts to overdose by swallowing a handful of the leftover meds. She quickly realizes the severity of her situation and gets a flight attendant's attention before it's too late. The episode marked a major turning point in the series and promoted the importance of asking for help.
I'm aware mental illness is stigmatized, but the stigma is worth it if I realized who I'm meant to be, armed with my diagnosis.
Number 9.
I've never seen Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, but that's messed up. Like for a mother to be like drugging your child. Like, the thing is that the concept of it, like for a mother to do it, that like sometimes like you don't want to see your kids suffer, so you think you know what you're doing for them and you think you know best, but not always the case. I remember this one, that like Ben's death in Scrubs. I really enjoyed watching Scrubs. Like I've seen Scrubs from beginning to end, and I really did enjoy it. But yeah, I remember this scene as well.
Ben's death, Scrubs.
Ben, you have leukemia.
That sucks.
Cox's brother-in-law Ben was treated for leukemia in the first season. When he returns in season 3, he defends JD when a patient passes away on his watch.
20 minutes after you left, he went into cardiac arrest. We tried to resuscitate him, but there was nothing we could do. I'm sorry.
This stance angers Cox throughout the episode, but Ben is able to push the cranky doctor towards a place of forgiveness. But by the time he's ready to move on, Cox realizes that the patient that passed away was Ben.
You have to forgive yourself for everything that went down the other day.
You're so annoying.
Yeah.
It turns out that the doctor had been hallucinating that his brother-in-law was around after his death. The episode ends at the funeral. The emotional and jarring plot twist still hurts the hearts of fans decades later. Number 8, Gloria's
The thing is that with that scene, it is that like with that whole episode, it was the fact that like everyone watching knew who had passed away, and it was just him that never knew. And like, yeah, for this kind of character that he is in the show, that like he's like hard nosed, like don't take no crap, like don't show no nothing and things like that. So to actually see him like this in this episode was brilliant to watch.
Hurts the hearts of fans decades later. Number 8, Gloria's miscarriage, all in the family.
It's me! Gloria's gonna have a baby! You're gonna be a grandpa! Oh, Daddy!
During an era when sitcoms often played it safe, All in the Family was fearless. From racism to religion, the series never shied away from exploring topics other shows didn't dare tackle. And they didn't wait long to dive into serious territory. In season 1, the Bunkers learn that their daughter Gloria and her husband Mike are expecting a child. At first, the episode focuses on Archie's anger about the pregnancy, but things soon take a somber turn when Gloria suffers a devastating miscarriage.
Gloria, what's the matter?
You okay?
Something's wrong.
Sit down.
No! Mike, call the doctor!
The heavy episode depicts a genuine and honest portrayal of an issue that is often swept under the rug, even today.
Archie, Gloria lost the baby.
What are you talking about? What do you mean by that?
But the doctor says she's gonna be fine.
Number 7, Terry's racial profiling. Brooklyn.
I've never watched, what was it, All in the Family? I've never watched it. I've never seen it. This is the scene that I was talking about. That, like going into this, that like it happens a lot, probably more in America than in the UK, but it happens a lot like with white police officers, like with the racial profiling and like stopping black citizens and things like that. But like if you've never seen this show, Terry Crews, who plays Sergeant Jeffers, so he's a he's a policeman in this. So like as a policeman, getting to witness that racial profiling as well. So yeah, so that's just a little insight.
Nine-Nine. As the Black Lives Matter movement became the subject of more and more headlines, Brooklyn Nine-Nine had some tough conversations to confront.
Look, 9 out of 10 times they get called to that neighborhood, it's about a guy that looks like you.
Were you responding to a call?
No, you're missing the point.
No, you're missing the point. I just want you to admit you only stopped me because I'm black.
The comedy, which follows the misadventures of a New York City precinct, could not ignore the topic of policing and racism. They tackled the issue head on by including a plot point where the black officer Terry is racially profiled by a fellow cop.
Listen.
Whoa, you need to lower your voice.
Lower my voice?
You know, put your hands on your head, turn around, don't make any sudden movements.
I didn't do anything. Also, I'm...
Keep talking, see what happens next, huh?
He spends the episode trying to decide whether or not to file a complaint, while also trying to manage the emotional toll of the incident. It's a heavy but vital storyline.
I wasn't a guy who lived in the neighborhood looking for his daughter's toy. I was a black man. A dangerous black man. That's all he could see. A threat.
In a time where awareness is spreading about policing, storylines like this are needed to cast light on the topic. Number 6.
Do you know what? Honestly, I could not imagine living like that. That like that constant fear that you're going to be stopped just for the color of your skin. That honestly, it is the case that like, I couldn't even begin to imagine like having to live every day like that. And like you see a police car, like if I see a police car coming along, I don't think nothing of it. I know they're not coming to stop me. I've not done nothing wrong. But you could be walking down the street like as a black man, and because you're wearing a tracksuit with a hoodie up and things like that, then you're profiled and you're stopped. And it's wrong. It is wrong on so many levels. Coming into this next one, like Matteo's deportation, I've seen all of Superstore all the way through. I told you, I prefer sitcoms over movies. Matteo's deportation, I don't think this... I can't see how this would make like halfway through the list, to be fair.
Matteo's deportation. Superstore. Superstore always places emphasis on the importance of fundamental issues. In one of the show's most paramount episodes, the big box retail store witnesses one of their own facing deportation.
I'm gonna miss working with you.
Sorry, relax. I'm gonna get out.
Yeah, but even if you do make it out, you can't come back now that they know.
No.
Knowing that he does not have citizenship, sales associate Matteo lives in constant fear. His worst nightmare comes true when Cloud 9 is raided by ICE.
I think we're doing it right. You're doing it. There you are.
They know about you.
What?
They saw your picture. They know what you look like. We have to go now.
Okay, well, where do we go?
I don't know.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
His colleagues do everything in their power to hide and protect him, but in the end, he's found and taken away. The whole episode is heartbreaking because of how authentic it appears, as this is the reality for countless people across America.
The guards think all undocumented people are Latino, so they just keep yelling at me in Spanish, and I don't understand what they're saying. Just want to go home.
Number 5, Arnold and Mr.
Okay, the thing is that, like I said, I've seen Superstar from beginning to end, but like I say, with a lot of shows, it is that I'm watching them like as I'm cooking or doing other things, so I'm not fully focused on them. I may have to find out what episode that is and go back and watch that, because I was saying, like, I don't know how it made like number 6 on the list, but yeah, I can see it now. I can see why it would have made it. But I like Superstar as well. I think it is a good show. Different Strokes. That, again, this is a show that I know of, but I've not really watched any of them. That, like, I was born in '86, so as I was being born, this was going off air, and no one in my family really watched it. So yeah, this is not a show that I've seen too much of.
Horton, Different Strokes. In a chilling 2-part episode, Different Strokes featured one of the most disturbing storylines in sitcom history. The content was so heavy that it even included a content advisory read by show lead Conrad Bain. Titled The Bicycle Man, the arc followed the budding friendship between Arnold and Dudley and bicycle shop owner Mr. Horton.
Maybe it would be best if you didn't even mention, that you came back here and that I gave you all this ice cream before dinner. Why don't we just make it our little secret?
But it's soon too clear that the latter has sinister intentions for the young people he befriends. Fortunately, adults step in to aid their children through this difficult scenario.
Look, I'm sorry, Mr. Drummond. I'm just about to close up here. I've had a little problem.
Is this Horton? Yes, it is.
I think you've got a big problem, Mr. Horton.
Now, where's Dudley? Arnold told us that he was here.
Strokes received acclaim for handling the sensitive subject matter well, and was even credited with helping children identify inappropriate adult behaviour.
But you do have to be careful. Somebody wants you to do something that's wrong, or if they want you to lie to your parents, that is a person should not be trusted, no matter how good the reason they give you seems to be.
Number 4.
Do you know what? The thing is that, like, stranger danger for kids now is, like, there's so many different aspects to it. Like, for when I was growing up, stranger danger was that, like, if a stranger walks up to you on the street, if you're out, like, playing or whatever, like, run. Don't get into people's cars. But, like, now you got stranger danger, like, everything online, and, like, there's just so much more to it. And, like, a lot of my thoughts and fears are around, like, protecting my kids. Because of that, because of stranger danger and things like that. And even down to, like, if, like, for example, like, if my daughter's going out, if she's going out with my mum, then I'm all right, because I know my mum's like a hawk on her. But with my dad's got that more carefree attitude. So, like, if he's around supermarkets or shopping centres and things like that, like, he'll let her run around and run mental and things like that. And the way this world is going now, like, with the kid snatchers and everything else, it is a genuine fear of things like that. It really is. So yeah, so, like, well done to Different Strokes. That was back in, like, the mid 80s, or could have been like the late 70s, that, like, they shed light on that. So, like, well done to that. This is an episode that I have seen a few times, and yeah, this is one that, like, for How I Met Your Mother, like, when Marshall finds out that his dad died, I don't know, it's just one of them episodes that it gets you think, because it's everyone's fear that, like, obviously, like, there's people out there that have gone through, like, the adoption system and, like, through, like, care and everything like that. So it's a lot tougher for them. But, like, with me, I grew up with both parents, and, like, I've got, like, we grew up with nothing, but it was a loving family, and, like, there's no bad blood towards, like, parents or siblings or anything like that. So, like, growing up, like, the idea of losing your parent, like, either one, because they've always been there, they've always been a constant. It is something as well that, like, I dread having to come to that day. And, like, even down to this year, like, this year's been so hard that, like, for the people that have been on this channel already know, like, my stepson Harry passed away in February, and, like, it's the toughest thing that I have ever had to deal with in my life. Like, through all of the crap that I've been through in my life, like, dealing with his death and trying to, like, stay strong throughout everything, it seriously has been the hardest thing. And even, like, now that was 8 months ago, and, like, them wounds have not even begun to heal yet. I am very good at putting on a front and putting on a face, and, 99% of people will see me as like a happy-go-lucky kind of person, that not a care in the world and things like that. But for that 1% that see the side of me that like hurts and things like that, yeah, that's tough. And I think it's going to be exactly that. Like, obviously, like, that's a stepson, like, and like it's going to be the same like when a parent does go. Like, I touch wood that it never happens, that they live forever, but you know it's not going to happen. But yeah, I mean, this scene, Marshall's dad's death, is this was a powerful scene.
Or Marshall's dad's death. How I Met Your Mother. Season 6 of How I Met Your Mother included the death of Marshall's father. After he and Lily spend the day at the fertility specialists, they both anticipate the worst.
And so Marshall told his parents everything.
And so now I'm just scared that we won't be able to give you a grandchild.
Oh, Marshall. We don't care about that one bit.
But they could never have guessed that their bad news would come from another source. The moment Marshall receives some positive information about fertility, Lily arrives to tell him that his dad has suffered a fatal heart attack.
Something's happened. Your father, he had a heart attack. He didn't make it.
Jason Segel and Alison Hannigan improvised the moment and shot the heartbreaking scene in just one take. Not only did this shock fans, but also Segel as well. In the end, this approach led to one of the saddest moments in the entire show.
I'm not ready for this.
Number 3, Will's dad leaves.
The thing is that, like, in that sense, like in that episode, that like he had the conversation with his mum and dad and things like that, and the day went on as normal, and like before you know it, that's it. That's just a life gone, and it's exactly what happened with Harry. That like woke up in the morning and Harry was absolutely fine. He was his normal self, and then an hour later, he was struggling to breathe. And 6 hours later from that, he was gone. Let's carry on.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Despite spending over a decade apart, Will's father Lou unexpectedly returned in a season 4 episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Uncle Phil immediately has his reservations about whether or not Lou will stick around.
Will is not a coat that you hang in the closet, then pick it up when you're ready to wear it. His life goes on. He's not supposed to be here for you. You're supposed to be here for him. You get off my back!
However, Will and Lou make plans to venture out on a road trip and mend their relationship. But the disappearing dad decides to abandon the plan and his son at the last moment.
I'm glad you're here. Some business came up I gotta handle. So we're gonna have to put our trip on hold. You understand?
A distraught and rightfully hurt Will launches into an
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is one of my favourite sitcoms of all time. That if I had to do a top 5 or a top 10 list, I think The Fresh Prince would end up on both of them. I just think that like every storyline, every season is just done brilliantly. But this episode, that this outburst now that you're about to see from Will was just one of them that you don't expect it from him, because he's always joking around, like he's never serious and things like that. You never expect it from Will. But yeah, this was brilliant. Honestly, the way they done this episode was absolutely brilliant. And credit to Will Smith for like his acting in this. It was incredible.
Incredibly emotional monologue before breaking down in front of his uncle. It's a powerful moment made even stronger by both Will Smith's and the late James Avery's incredible acting.
How come you don't want me, man?
Number 2, Maud's pregnancy. Maud. Split into a two-parter, the Norman Lear comedy Maud addressed a critical topic in its very first season. When the title character discovers she is pregnant at 47 years old, she has to decide what to do.
There's a doctor. He told me that.
It's all right. It's all right. Just tell me, Walter, that I'm doing the right thing, not having the baby.
She ultimately decides that getting an abortion is the right thing to do. Since such a topic was rarely discussed in mainstream media at the time, the subject matter received backlash.
I think it would be wrong to have a child at our age.
Oh, so do I, Walter. Oh, Walter, so do I.
Some stations even decided to forgo airing the episode altogether. Lear stood by the storyline and offered an honest depiction of a topic that is far too often kept in the dark.
For you, Maud, for me. In the privacy of our own lives, you're doing the right thing.
Before we unveil our top pick.
Okay, so here's the thing that, like, I've never seen Maud, and I've never knew about this episode, like, with that. When it comes to abortions, here's my stance on it, that I personally don't agree with abortions, but at the same time, I would never think differently of someone that goes to get an abortion, because my mentality is that everybody's life is different. Everybody's going through different things at different times. And in this scenario, she's 47 years old. You think of a 47-year-old now and the life that they've gone through. They've probably already had their kids. Their kids are probably in their 20s and things like that. And then you think of starting all over again at 47 years old. And like for her age, that if she's not already started going through menopause, like she's going to have this baby and start going through menopause, and like it's a whole different thing to go through then. And you're dealing with like screaming babies and night times and things like that. And then even like the girls that have abortions young because they got pregnant in their teens. Everyone does stupid things, that everyone makes mistakes. And yeah, there's a lot of teen mums out there, but there's a lot of teens out there that don't want kids that young. They want to focus on life and careers and things like that. So yeah, so I don't agree with abortions, but I don't think differently of people that go on to have abortions. But this was a big storyline. I mean, even like for back then, like they said, it wasn't really mentioned that much. So the fact that like stations refuse to air it and that as well, like, is massive, because you probably wouldn't have a problem with it being aired today, but yeah, for back then, like, a massive thing.
Here are a few honourable mentions. Martha's decision, Golden Girls. Sophia's friend Martha shockingly wants to end her life due to physical pain.
No, I want to go. Lydia looked so peaceful. We're not in this life for peace. You're crying. No, I'm not. I don't cry.
Topanga's professor hits on her. Boy Meets World. Viewers weren't expecting him to make these uncomfortable advances.
I'm telling you that I'd like to get to know you better. And that's what I'm gonna do.
Stuart, you're making me uncomfortable. I want you to leave.
That's not what you want.
Raven experiences
Yeah,
racism.
You need to get the hell out. That's one that I've never seen either. Like Boy Meets World. I've never actually watched that program.
That's so Raven. She loses out on a job opportunity due to a racist employer.
And I saw Chloe straight up say I do not hire black people. What?
That's discrimination.
I don't believe this.
Dre and Bo separate. Blackish. The two.
I never watched the Raven part, but didn't she remake a show of like when she's older and she's a mum herself? But yeah, I never actually watched that. But yeah, the hiring, like the discrimination in hiring, I feel that like it's probably getting better nowadays. But yeah, for what it's been over the years. But again, I can say that because like I've not faced that discrimination. It probably happens a lot today as well, to be fair. But so I'm not in a position to say that it's probably got better today. But like, yeah, I don't know. But this show Blackish is one that I have watched. And I was actually surprised that they broke up in this. I was surprised.
Spouses reach a breaking point in their marriage. Death of Howard's mum, The Big Bang Theory. A surprising moment for the usually light-hearted sitcom.
Do you know what? Honestly, that I said earlier about like if I was to list sitcoms that like from top 5 or top 10 or whatever, that this would be probably top 3, and probably top, to be fair. The Big Bang Theory. I've actually just restarted watching this from the beginning with the wife because I don't think she's seen them all. So yeah, we've just started watching these. But yeah, I mean, I love every single episode of them. But for this episode, like, because Howard's one of my favourite characters, I think he is absolutely hilarious. When I think of the Big Bang Theory, I think of him trying to break down the bathroom door when his mum collapses. But yeah, this episode, what I love about the Big Bang as well is that, like, they done this episode where his mum died, and like with Sheldon, like everyone's trying to get him to, like, shut up, don't say anything, and he comes out with his heartwarming speech, and like it's just, they turn it into a comedy moment as well. They're able to, like, twist it and turn it in that way, and I thought they'd done it so brilliantly. But I think it was the case that the woman who played Howard's mum died in real life. And I actually see from a documentary, if you watch episodes after this, there's a little like passport photo of her on the fridge in Sheldon and Leonard's apartment.
That was my aunt. Ma took a nap. She never woke up.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
I'm actually surprised at what's number one there. What's number one going to be? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to wreck my brains of like different sitcom moments that could be number one. I have no idea.
The option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, plane crash. MASH.
I've honestly never. My dad used to watch this, but I've never watched it, so I have no idea what this scene is. But to make number one of the most shocking sitcom moments, must have been a big one.
Over a decade, MASH perfectly towed the line between comedy and drama. Situated during the Korean War at a military hospital, the show did not shy away from levity.
So long, Hawk. I'm afraid just a handshake won't do it, Henry.
One of the legendary series' most challenging moments hit audiences with an unforgettable gut punch. After Colonel Blake receives his discharge, we watch a bittersweet send-off.
You behave yourself or I'm gonna come back and kick your butt.
Things take a heart-aching turn when Radar delivers horrifying news. Apparently, Blake's plane crashed and he did not survive.
Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake's plane was shot down over the Sea of Japan.
The moment stands the test of time as one of the most brutal revelations in the history of American television.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest.
Okay, so the thing is that, like, first of all, like, be sure to go over to Miss Mojo and hit that subscribe button over there because they do put together some amazing videos. But yeah, I mean, MASH made the top of the list at number one, which I'm in no position to sit here and say, nah, that's wrong, because I've never seen it. I've never seen the series. So, like, I don't know how big that character was in the show. So I'm not going to argue with the top 10 list. But yeah, some of them in here were some really powerful scenes that I'd already watched, and some of them not so much, but still get you thinking. And yeah, I've little wobble in there. It's probably going to be one of these videos where I'm probably going to end up crying for the first time on stream or whatever. But yeah, there's that one part that got me in here as well. But like I say, I really do enjoy watching these. These are brilliant to watch. So if you got this far and you really do enjoy them, let me know in the comments down below, and I'd love to do more of them. So yeah, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help. I do upload daily, so be sure to go and check out some of the other videos. I do music and comedy. But until next time, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Be kind, and I'll see you in the next one.